the overwhelming majority of humanity clings with tremendous passion to perspectives and identities. And why is that? The answer is quite simple. It's our need for security, sense of power, certainty, right? Because if I see the world through a permanent lens and never remove that lens, perhaps when I'm in deep sleep, then I don't have any identity, but a permanent lens throughout my waking state and my dream state, I can always know who I am and who I am not, right? And that gives me security. And who I am and who I am not appear together, right? And support, nourish one another. In fact, sometimes by seeing who I am not, by saying who I am not, I actually feel that I know more intensely who I am, right? I am not this and I'm not that, I'm not this, and that's sometimes the source of judgment. I judge people, and in this way I feel more intensely my own opinions, my own right perspective. Of course, it's the right perspective. So it is not that perspectives and identities become attached to us, but rather we become attached to them. And for this reason, unfortunately, at least unfortunately for me, not even a spiritual teaching, a radical spiritual teaching helps to remove that glue. This is because we don't really want to remove the glue. We become attached to perspectives and identities. So I can speak until the end of time about the fact that the free mind is neither man nor woman, and still we will say and feel at the end of the day, yes, as a woman I feel, as a Christian I have, and so on and so on, right? So we enjoy the sense of self-definition. We enjoy it because it gives us a sense of security and a sense of belonging to something bigger than us. For instance, I am a creationist. You know what a creationist is? The one who believes in the idea of creation, that God created the world. Or I am an evolutionist, which means that I believe in evolution. So now we have evolutionists and creationists. So the thing is that perspectives, positions, and identities prevent us from realizing the full range of discovery of inner wisdom. Why is that? Why is holding a position, a perspective, an identity a hindrance to inner wisdom? Well, perhaps you're already feeling the answer. But first of all, when I hold on to a position, to a perspective, to an identity, this creates a certain limit, right? It creates a certain border. It marks my territory. It marks where I can function, where my mind functions, and it makes me entrenched inside what I already know. And in this way, my perspectives, my identities, they begin to narrow the pathways of my thinking. This means that I can only think in certain ways, you see, in certain marked pathways. Second, my perspectives and my identities, this we already remember from the third weekend, they make me consolidate, they make me something, right? Solid, and as a result, they make my mind old, right? My mind becomes old. When I consolidate, then the mind begins to deteriorate. 3, my perspectives, my positions, my identities, they place me in a position of self-defense, self-justification, which means that I'm reactive, right? I only want to confirm, to reaffirm what I already believe in. We all know this feeling, right? Because when you have a perspective, you must defend your perspective with complete blindness, which means that you have to overlook any other contradictory data, right? You have to fiercely protect, defend your view. And still, the sense of security and the sense of certainty, they are much preferable, seem much preferable than this unfamiliar state of the flexible mind.